Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about advertising techniques, specifically ones used mainly for television and on the internet that sellers use to convince you to buy particular products. And a little bit about the history of advertising. So that way you'll be better informed to know what's being used on you to convince you to buy particular products. Most advertising techniques, when they first started, were of the informative style. It was basically, buy this product, it does this. Um, Buy toothpaste because toothpaste is good for dental hygiene. And here are statistics, that talk about dental hygiene. The way informative advertising techniques used today is mainly our law offices, things like that, that just say we handle these kind of claims. There's no pizzazz in any of it. It's just we do this. There was around the 1920s. There was a famous psychologist, Dr. John B. Watson, who was one of the first people to really get a bunch of demographic data together and start specifically targeting people with advertising. He also didn't just target people; he marketed himself to large chain stores like Sears and Roebuck, and that started the entire advertising craze and showed what the power of psychology can have in advertising. I'll get a little bit more into some of the things he pioneered as I go through these. So I've already talked about the informative style. There's also testimonials. These would be like the Hair Club for Men. I don't just use the Hair Club for I don't just use Hair Club for Men. I'm also the president. It's any kind of advertisement that says I'm a doctor. You should use this. It doesn't matter if they're actually a doctor of whatever the product is or anything relevant. It's just I've used this or I'm recommending you use this. Um, Another type of endorsement that kind of falls into its own category is celebrity endorsement. This can be a George Foreman grill instead of a grill. It can be use Proactiv because Jessica Simpson uses Proactiv. It just feeds on people's idea that, oh, if a celebrity uses that and I use that, then I'll have something in common with them. It's a different kind of testimonial. There's also the herd mentality, which are a bunch of people standing outside Apple to buy the latest iPhone, or my favorite example is the 1980s Juicy Fruit commercials, where a bunch of people are skiing and having a good time. It's also used on beer commercials. Anything where you see a large group of people that are drinking or just enjoying themselves, it implies that if you bought our product, you too would enjoy yourselves, just like all of these fine people. Um, Lastly, there's the associative, and this is what Dr. John B. Watson, this was his genius and his crowning achievement. He figured out that instead of selling toothpaste for dental hygiene, you could sell it for sex appeal. You could say, well, whiter teeth, toothpaste will make your teeth whiter. Having whiter teeth will make you more attractive to women. So he started putting attractive women in a lot of his early advertisements, and that's led to modern day examples like Axe body gel, where someone will, they're using Axe in a mall, and all of a sudden women are all over them, and men want to be like them. Uh, it's taking two things that aren't necessarily related and say, well, this product is related to this. Um, some criticisms that have come up over the past few years. One is that people have a shorter attention span, specifically younger generations. So informative advertising is less effective because no one wants to sit through a bunch of scrolling text. Well, uh, leave it to human ingenuity to figure out ways around things that are preventing them, especially when it comes to making money. If people have shorter attention spans, they just make the advertisements pop up on your screen, and they make them in bigger fonts and brighter colors. And you have those people to thank for anytime you're browsing the web and you can't get a bunch of stuff off your screen because they know that if your attention span is shorter, you're only going to read a couple of words. So they condense everything to a small message and shove it in your face. Um, One of the other slightly more valid uh, problems with advertising is that people think that uh, most advertisements were built with television in mind. So people think that internet specifically, which seems to be the medium that most people are getting, or more and more people are getting their news and information from, is more of a cognitive medium. And it's more interactive. It's a lot easier to, if you have your hand on your mouse, to just move and change channels or open up a new browser or have a bunch of things going at once. so that you can ignore the advertising than it is to sit in front of the television and my remote's way there on the table. I don't want to get it. I'll just wait a few minutes until this commercial passes. So, so the criticism is that when you're watching television, you're in a much more vegetative state than you are if you're willing to interact with your environment to change it. The problem with this is that um, that doesn't really affect what types of advertisements are. It doesn't affect the underlying principles that these advertisements are using. You might be able um, to say that what is cool, what's considered cool by the youth, changes rapidly. That's no big secret. But what people consider, but the desire to buy something that is considered cool is always there. Um, so even if the internet is a more cognitive medium, you're also able to be bombarded by more advertisements at a time. At television, you can only really have one commercial going at a time, maybe something scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Online, you can have pop-ups, plus banners on the side, plus something scrolling across your screen, plus an advertisement showing a celebrity endorsing something um, with a bunch of people that are using it and enjoying it. So you can cross a bunch of mediums simultaneously to make up for the fact that it is not as interactive. I hope this has been a little bit informative for you. It's been fun for me making it, and I look forward to your feedback. Thank you.